शुद्धोऽहं बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहं नित्योऽहं शुद्धोऽहं बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् आद्वैतमानन्द रूपम् अरूपम् आद्वैतमानन्द रूपम् अरूपम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् चिदोऽहं चिदोऽहं सच्चिदानन्दोऽहम् शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् नित्योऽहं शुद्धोऽहं बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहं नित्योऽहं शुद्धोऽहं बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् आद्वैतमानन्द रूपम् अरूपम् आद्वैतमानन्द रूपम् अरूपम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् चिदोऽहं चिदोऽहं सच्चिदानन्दोऽहम् शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् गुरुमात पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा गुरुमात पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम प्रियतम तुम्ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही प्रियतम तुम्ही हृदयनाथ तुम्ही तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही भक्ति हो, तुम ही शक्ति हो, तुम ही मुक्ति हो, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। तुम ही मुक्ति हो, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। गुरु मात पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही प्रेरणा, तुम ही साधना, तुम ही प्रेरणा, तुम ही साधना, तुम ही आराधना, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। तुम ही आराधना, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। गुरु मात पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही प्रेम हो, तुम ही करुणा हो, तुम ही प्रेम हो, तुम ही करुणा हो, तुम ही प्रेम हो, तुम ही करुणा हो, तुम ही मोक्ष हो, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। तुम ही मोक्ष हो, मेरे सोम्ब शिवा। गुरु मात पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियताम तुम्ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही।
Good morning and welcome everybody to Satsang. We wanted to just speak a word again about the silence, to remind everybody to really honor the silence while you're here. And on a practical level, to think of your roommates, because we're getting a lot of messages about people being noisy in their living space. And we know many of you are sharing space with people that you've just met, and maybe you're accustomed to snoozing your alarm 4 or 5 times, and your neighbors are not. So to just move in this consciousness of respect for the space that you're sharing with other people in your living space and also all around Zmar. Also, just a word about the message box, that it's that time in the retreat where we start to get a lot of messages that are clearly nothing about anything practical here. I heard about a message asking what's the name of the kind of shirt that Guruji wears and things like this. So it's funny. It definitely is funny, but there's like quite a few examples, and then we just feel, okay, maybe we remind you that this is another way that you can start to drift off a bit. And also today is Sunday, and many of you know that Sunday is the traditional day for Sunday satsangs broadcast online. And so today, this satsang will be broadcast. We're actually going to put it online later today, around the time when we normally would have Sunday satsang. So we wanted to make everybody aware of that. It will be broadcast for the world. Also today, at 3:30, there will be a guided meditation here in the satsang hall. That also will be broadcast live for the world. And for that guided meditation, there will be a lottery. And as with the satsangs, it will begin 30 minutes before. So 3 o'clock is the cutoff for you to be here for the lottery for the guided meditation. Sri Mooji will be with us in a moment.
एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख गुरु प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच सोचे सोच न होवई जे सोची लखवार चुपे चुप न होवई जे लाई रहा लिवतार भूखिया भूख न उतरी जे बन्ना पुरिया पार सहसियान पलक होई ताइक न चले नाल क्यों सचियारा क्यों कूड़े तुट्टे पाल हुक्म रजाई चलना नानक लिखिया नाल हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा
Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. Welcome also to all who are joining us via broadcasting. And very much looking forward to what's showing up today. You want to come? Yeah.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
Ciao. So I try to sum up all that is happening in these days, and I can see how what you're speaking about, somehow this pure presence is not seen, is always, we can say contaminated in English. There is always some trace, some very persistent and kind of spread as well, personhood, and where a space, a stillness is perceived inside, it still seems to be phenomenal, very, very phenomenal. A perception as any other perception that comes with the senses. So it feels...
that which perceives the senses also. That which is perceiving the senses also. Meaning that they float in front. Perceiving senses also. Who is aware of space. When we speak about space, I'm not speaking about phenomenal space. This space also. But that which perceives space also.
And it's still...
But the mind is, we are giving it to the mind, and the mind is going, it's like your own private Google. And you put, emptiness, empty, and it's emptiness. So it is not going to be that. It's not going to be a definition of emptiness. If you could imagine one who is arising out of some state like sleep, or let's say after an operation, strong anesthesia, and coming out, and supposing it was you and you became aware somehow, nothing could be seen, no evidence from the senses, nothing to smell or to see or to touch or to feel or to hear, nothing, no information at all. There's nothing to perceive there. Would you not know you exist? Would you need a mirror? Even if looking into a mirror nothing is seen, who is looking into the mirror? That one cannot even be seen. Would you not be with the sense I am, that you exist? That which perceives both presence and absence. But when, from the mind, you say, but even the space, I look inside, it is that space, but it is still a phenomenon. It's still something to be seen. But from where are you looking, and as what are you looking to perceive even space also as phenomenal? The one who is looking, is it also phenomenal? That which sees, is it also phenomenal? Or we can go even more subtle. If that is also seen, then by what is it seen? Are we automatically in the realm of imagination, or is there actuality? It is almost as though if there is not some object to perceive, then what? Consciousness has no function, no use. From the arising of the waking state and the functioning of the senses and the mind throughout what you may call a human day, must you always be caught in perceiving? Must your mind always be in gear? Must you be always interacting involuntarily and voluntarily? Are you merely compelled into experiencing? Is there no rest? The natural state of the one who is free is, though activities are taking place, they take no credit for it. It is the activity of the vital force only. It causes things to move. It is the animating power of the universe. And it is observed. Even when it functions in the body that is here, they don't claim it as theirs. They stand with the seeing, and with the seeing of the seeing even. Don't be confused by this. Only if you rely on a rational thinking, you think, oh my God, what is that, or something. But in inner experience, it is seen. But of course, like water poured into water, no division can be made.
If I can bring back, use the metaphor you used yesterday of the two birds, it very much feels like there is only one bird, one bird, and one eye is. It's strange to describe, but there are these moments, in which there is this perception I mentioned before, even though it's very fast. Taken, and labeled by the mind that comes in and makes all it makes, and also that is watched. But this presence is very, very much a mixed one, very much a mixed one.
Mm-hmm.
And
what is the mixture? Is that mixed? You must be there. Don't keep going to the result of what is happening, of the perceivable thing, but what causes that perceiving to happen also. Where is the birthplace of that perceiving? Otherwise, you're only telling the story of phenomenality and recording time. Can you retrieve anything from yesterday? What time is it now? It says 9:38. 9:38 yesterday morning. What was you thinking? Can you bring it back? Can you bring it back into this moment? Can you take anything from yesterday and bring it here and say, haha, yes, you see, captured. It's gone. Mind, you can say, in the form of memory, or consciousness in the form of memory, does its best to retrieve something. Take some sort of psychic imprint or photograph of this, but it is not that. That is gone. Just as these words have gone. As much as they wipe the mirror of perception, only this clean mirror matters.
So, Mooji, since this mixed present is so strong that stays mixed, even if it's watched, the perception is still a mixed one.
The perception is mixed?
There is, even the presence, that the stillness, what we want to call it, that can be perceived, it feels very much,
combined with something, mixed with something.
Yes, it can be like that,
Yes.
and then,
Yes. But what perceives this?
it seems not to be different from it. You see what I mean? It seems to be all one thing, which is both a presence, both...
No, because one thing comes and goes and the other doesn't come and go. So it cannot be the same thing. One belongs to time and change, and it is constantly changing. And we are observing this. And we are making the mistake of trying to keep an imprint as though it is something solid and unchanging. But all of it is a verb. It's always a movement. You see? And you say, yes, but it's always mixed, even the sense of presence. Even if the sense of presence is mixed, what is watching this? What observes this mixture? Is that mixed? And you say it is one thing. Well, if it's one thing, then the whole thing is a big mix-up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the feeling, actually.
Yes. Which leaves us where, then? An impossible task.
It feels like, yes.
Yes. There is something which is not a task. If everything you can perceive, you say, it's contaminated, it's mixed. I am along with you, everything you perceive through the senses of the mind, it is somehow an image in consciousness. It is not stable. You have really put that even onto the sense of presence. You say, that is also mixed, somehow it's not stable. I say, okay. The sense of presence also is not stable. Because the sense of presence is usually the most acute viewing point where there is the dynamic consciousness. It is the one who is seeing everything else. Then you say, but even it itself is also... Then where are you looking from to see that the sense of presence is also... Then you be careful, because something wants to say, but it's all one. And if it is all one in the way that you mean, and then it says there's no point to it.
Yes, where exactly, that's exactly where I stuck.
Yes.
Because there is this, what
you
I just
made
described.
a conclusion and made you feel stuck.
Yes, very much.
You see, it's not, the conclusion is not given by the universe. You decide and made a conclusion, and you're stuck in your own conclusion.
And how to melt this conclusion? What is your suggestion?
Why to try and melt something that doesn't exist? It's only in your mind. You believe something, and in fact you're demonstrating it exactly. We are actually, we are perceiving what we are conceiving. You see? You're living what you believe and feeling it is a fact. You see? There's one who escaped all of that, not relying on any concept. A stage you reach where every concept, including the highest one, even the concept of the Parabrahman, everything collapses. But the source of this perceiving cannot collapse nor rise. You say, you see, it's all, everything is moving. And the one who sees everything is moving is part of the movement as well, swirling around in the movement. And life has given some clues, isn't it? A few days ago I showed you a little bit the example of the time-lapse photography, watching the heavens, no? And all the stars, the Milky Way, all of them is swirling, except one fixed. Then I say to you, this one they call the polar star or the Polaris or something. Then you must find the Polaris within you, because everything else is moving. If everything is moving, you cannot judge any movement. If everything is moving, then including you, the one perceiving it is moving, you cannot judge any movement. It will not be accurate. It must be seen, the movement, from a still point. is like trying to find a level on a boat in a stormy sea. What is the level of the boat? You will not be able to do it. If you are, you see, like that. It is so absolutely exquisite. The self, you see. That all of that, gatherings of great minds pondering over these things, it is nothing at all, nothing at all. Because there's no one here trying to be still, trying to be balanced, trying to be harmonious. That one has been fired long ago. He's a hoax. What is left, you see? You ask the mind, and it has to put something there. It's a habit, it has to put something there. It cannot admit to not knowing. Many places we're traveling sometime in India, everywhere you go. If you're lost, you ask someone, how do you get to this place? Even if they don't know, they tell you, Oh, no, you go there. Can't find. You meet someone, they say the temple is this one, no? The temple? Which temple? Which one? Kali temple? Oh, no. Even because can't say I don't know. There's a lot of space, infinite space in I don't know, more than I do know. But the mind, you see, can't admit I don't know.
And also, the mind is somehow watched and observed, and that's okay. But also, the body feels very, very present. I mean, obviously it is, but I feel very this body, if you know what I mean, very confined to this body. That's also why before I say phenomenal, because it really feels life. It's all about these perceptions, whether through the senses or even the stillness I mentioned. It feels it's very much a vibration in that sense. And I can see how these experiences exactly not what you're pointing to. That's clear. And then my wonder is how to shorten the distance. You see, even this life with this body and this perception and this stillness can be a very good life, Beautiful trees, beautiful people, nice food. Beautiful, really nice.
It's not enough, though.
Yes, exactly. And that you're pointing to something beyond all of that. And
yes.
I feel...
Also, it is nice also,
yes,
but
yes.
It's not enough.
Yes.
This is not stable, nothing stable there.
Yes. And then the tension, let's see, it's how to understand truly, not only cognitively, because it's crystal clear what you're saying, It's not another language, I understand. But to inhabit it, so to say, to make it the experience, that's and then there is the other...
This is where the difficulty comes, because, to inhabit it, you have to be something. Whereas I am nothing. You have to become an inhabitor. You have to become a tenant. I am not a tenant. The body is important, of course it is important. Even for awakening, it is very important. You see a flute on the floor, and But it cannot play any music by itself. It needs a skilled player that turn the wind into music and poetry. The flute cannot play anything. And this body also is necessary for experiencing and even for contemplation, and all of this, it's useful. It doesn't know its own usefulness. You can come to a point when there's nothing more to figure out. Unless you are in love with figuring things out. Some people are in love with figuring things out.
And when all this that I'm describing is happening, what is naturally kind of balancing is trying to follow what you say and be like, whatever, that's how it is, and I take it like that. Sort of surrender to the fact that the experience now is this, and life looks like that now to me. There is very much a sense of personhood, many attachments, a lot of identity, and I don't want to engage in a fight, let's say, because when that is done, I can see how we're just promoting, it's just a shift maybe from some sort of chaos to another kind of chaos. So I don't see the point. You see what I mean?
All your talking is from the mind and from the person.
Yes.
You say, if you follow what I'm pointing, nobody follows what I'm pointing. We all edit and interpret, and you put something together and make your own stuff out of it. If you follow it, it's very simple. And it leads right back to here.
Yes.
And there you will not be going, well, how do I move from here?
Yes.
And, but how does life look from if I go, all of that is finished.
That's also frustrating because it seems very easy, actually. What you're saying, it feels like, okay, it should be just like,
Why you don't try it then?
Yes. Good point.
Because even in Sahaja, amongst many people who are living there, they are not employing the self-inquiry. Even in the days, I'm sure, of Ramana Maharshi's physical presence on this planet, many of his followers, devotees, were not following the inquiry. And yet it is so unsparing, it is so exquisite, it is so powerful. But they follow their inclination to turn it into some ritual or to say worship Bhagwan and bring flowers and stuff, which is fine. But who is following the inquiry? And why not? Why not? Because its fruits are sweet and immediate, and yet no one follows. Why? We rather speculate about it. What will happen if, and when this happen, what? Why you don't find out? So many human beings, so hundreds and thousands. I've met a few thousand. And intelligent people. And when you listen, you see that you miss it. You miss it altogether. Miss it altogether. Paying attention only to things that will soon change and become something else. Everybody miss it. Missing the obvious. Because in the end, you see, many people say, but when it comes to that point, maybe the excuses start to come. Because we value too highly the sense of identity. If I lose my identity, who will I be? At the end, everyone's holding on to the identity. You do all your sadhanas, your pilgrimages, your rituals, your pujas. Climb mountains, beat yourself with whips, and sit naked in caves. But in the moment it comes down to this. I don't want to gamble with my identity. The big fear comes. The one thing that seems to stand in the way, the one thing you protect. The one you run away with is the one you should run away from. So if you listen on the basis of being a person, you will not gamble. You will listen, but you will not put your money there. You listen and find if you can find another way. So you can keep the person and be free. To be free as the person. But freedom means freedom from the person, not for the person. What a mighty play. God has put on a costume and a mask called the human being to play a game called How Can I Find Myself? We're like actors who play a role on the stage. King Henry VIII. And it's so well played. And then go home afterwards and can't get out of role. And saying to his wife, off with your head. I feel it was all meant to be fun, play, like the way children play. But we fell asleep in it and took it all to be true. Which is part of the play, the plan also. And then we come together in a place called Satsang, asking, so, give me the final push back into me. And how can I trust you? And it just seems so impossible. I feel so near and all that. Why must I give up my mask? I like it, but I am So, okay, keep the mask, keep it, you know. Somewhere along the line, we lost our sense of humor about the whole thing. I think it's time to read a letter or something. Thank you. It's another part of the play. Yeah. Hi Mooji, thank you for bringing this to a close. Could you speak a little bit about the relationship between phenomena and the Absolute? From the perspective of phenomenality, there is big relationship, so complex, so deep. From the perspective of the Absolute, nothing. So, if perfection in its most absolute sense means that even the perception of consciousness isn't there at all, why does consciousness arise in the first place? For the one who thinks it does. I don't want to say things just willy-nilly if you don't get it, because that would just be a waste. You see, because I'm also waiting to see how far you will drive in. We can look, we can keep going, you know. But not if it's only going to be intellectual, then it's no point, you know. It has to be felt. And it's not that you can go deeply, more deep, but it must just be for fun. Because you don't have to be digging so deep. If you dig so deep, it's just for the pleasure. Maybe the greatest joy of consciousness is to contemplate itself. So if perfection in its most absolute sense means that even the perception of consciousness isn't there at all, why does consciousness arise in the first place? Love from Finland. Ilmari. Thank you for bringing this to a close, you see. Could you speak a little bit about the relationship between phenomena and Absolute? I don't feel to talk about that relationship. If perfection in its most absolute sense means that even the perception of consciousness isn't there at all, I have no trouble with the perceiving of consciousness and with the functioning of the senses and with the multiplicity and diversity of the expressions of consciousness and with the sense of being a person. I have no trouble with it. Enjoy. It's all the same one. Inside the heart, you know. And you never get them mixed up. You never get these modes of expression mixed up and confused about them. Something automatically knows and moves in the appropriate way without deliberation. It is just functioning like that. You see? So why does consciousness arise in the first? Why not? This beautiful world. Some can see it as beautiful, some see it as ugly, some see it as beautiful and ugly. Some doesn't see it. Some see too much of it. You see? If perfection in its most absolute sense means that even the perception of consciousness isn't there at all. Yeah, I mean, this is for one who has really contemplated. If you really contemplated and you see that even the consciousness itself is the dream of the absolute or something. But so what? This body is still here, the feeling of presence is still in it, it's moving about. It wants to enjoy its existence. Why not? Nothing stands in the way. Nothing stands in the way. Except if your mind has been conditioned to think in a certain way, and then you're stumbling over concepts and so on and fighting to get out of a jungle, that's your only dream. If you know this, then all is fine. You can move in any environment, and you will not be confused. But you will not have some deep urge, oh, I want to try this environment, now I want to try. No, it's not like this. Spontaneously you find yourself wherever you find yourself, but wherever you are, you become the heart of that place. Like that. Not by intention. Dearest Lord Mooji, on September 18th, I was woken in the night, began to pack and walked out of my life. I left my ex-fiancée sleeping. I have tried to leave 4 other times in just this past year. But you told a woman in a satsang when she was having trouble and wanting God to save her, God will not do it for you, but as you. So God will not do it for you, but as you. It reminds me, somebody was saying, one man was saying, I'm not enjoying my life. I think God is playing with me. He's just playing about like a cat with a mouse. I think God is playing with me. I said, no, I don't think God is playing with you. God is playing as you. It feels different. Thinking is so amazing. So, 4 times you tried to leave in 1 year. Now you're out the door now with the bag. Ex-fiancé is sleeping. But you told a woman in satsang when she was having trouble and wanting God to save her, God will not do it for you, but as you. That's what happened here. God packed me up. I'm leaving in my car and scheduled to come to Sahaja beginning of October. Members of the Sangha of Being contributed to get me through PayPal to get me there and come fully, openly and totally. I watch Zmar as a Sangha of one, and whenever I find free Wi-Fi, we shall see what happens next. I have never felt more loved and cared for than I do here now. Forever at your feet, my Lord, and that joy. It has happened that some people moved by whatever, not just for spirituality or something, but moved by some deep force, have walked out of their life in some way. I have many times spoken about this for myself also, felt I walked out of my life. Still in the same house, but walked out of my life. What it means then, just something moved like that. Like, walked out of what represented the past and all of these things. Not that my life was terrible, it wasn't terrible, but it was not any big deal. Something came, arose inside, and because of the presence of this, which I call God, then that's when my life started. But something just everything changed like that. So some power is there And it is a great thing to be able to do that. I'm not advertising, I'm not encouraging. But if a time like that comes to make a radical shift in your life, and it feels like life is supporting this, then simply say yes to existence and move. You may ask, but if I have children and so on and so on and so. If you don't force, the life will arrange something, it will arrange it. It will arrange something. If you don't force, if you're not coming from determination, I am going next Wednesday, whether anybody says this or that, then this is coming from your mind. And my words can be easily misunderstood, because I'm not saying to people, oh, give up, leave your job, and because some people are just waiting for that. Did he say leave it? You seem to want to say something very much, yeah? Okay. You? Come then.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
Oh God, this feels uncomfortable. Yeah. So, probably 3 months ago, a friend of mine that went to Sahaja introduced me to you. And it was during a really rough time in my life, where I lost the person that I loved the most. Well, I probably would have loved myself, but I didn't. And I made that person responsible for my love towards me, and then pushed that person away. And I always thought that I would not want to be life if I would lose this person. But then something happened in me where I was just crying, but I wasn't suffering, and I really felt alive. I really want to not be stuck in my head all the time.
Yes.
And being this body, but at the same time, I just want to accept everything. But I still have this really big attachment to this person, because it wasn't love that pushed us away. It was me who pushed him away.
And why?
Because I didn't love myself. I hated myself. And I hated being here, and I was just doing and doing and doing and keeping busy and achieving things, and I was successful. I did a lot of things, but it didn't, once it was done, it just didn't feel good. Just felt nothing, empty. And then I just kept on keeping busy and kept on not wanting to be by myself. I could never be by myself, and when I thought of being at a silent retreat for 7 days, I was like, how am I supposed to be shutting up for such a long time and being by myself? But I'm here.
How are you now, then, as compared with what the state you spoke about when you felt without real life force and just doing and not loving yourself? How is it? Does it change now?
I don't really know. But I want to be here. I haven't given up. And I feel like there was some change of direction. And I feel alive.
Yes.
Although sometimes I'm like, just want to shoot these images in my head and stop these attachments continuously.
Then I would suggest, please follow my pointing, because it is quite straightforward, it is quite simple, it's not strenuous, it's not some long drawn-out program, just some simple steps. If you follow them without editing it and reinterpreting or so, it's very straightforward. You'll find that space, you'll come to recognize that space. And by putting your attention on that space, your functioning otherwise can continue, but you keep your mind in your heart. It's like always here. And everything true will come and clarify itself to you. Everything will become clear for you. Just this. Just this. Not any great gymnastics. Pay attention to the sense of being. Just to the sense of being. Just be one with it. Don't try to manipulate or to change it into something or to use it. Simply just be one with it. There's a sense in you which is not attached to anything at all. It is just a sense of existence, the sense of being. And it announces itself in this body in the form, I am. The sense of presence. Simply be one with it. What it means, be one with it. Don't combine with any concept, because they will come. They will come, especially as you try to just be in this state of solitary confinement voluntarily, just to be alone with a sense of being. It's not a mantra or something. Just pay attention to that. Initially, some thought will come to try and catch your attention, to bring it towards some object and to create some kind of noise, but you're not to follow them. And even if many of them come all at once, don't worry, just stay like you're in your house and the door is locked and people are trying to come in and they cannot, because they can only come in if you open the door. So don't open the door to any thought. Let them be. Give yourself a break from them. And just to be the being. Stay with it. And yet you're not waiting. It's not that you're waiting. You're simply present, you see. And just watch this. Just keep watching this. You can begin by trying sometimes for like 7 minutes by itself. Just focus on the sense of being. If you persist with this, it will open up a greater space in you. It will reveal the peace that is there naturally. It will widen and deepen and heighten and expand, if you want to say. But there will still be this silence in you. This is the thing to do. Yeah. And that is the simplest pointer I can give. Anyone can practice that. And by itself, If something needs to be known, it will come naturally, like a wave of illumination will come, and you just come to see something with such clarity, more profoundly than if you try to study it with your mind. Some clarity, illumination will simply come. I see people putting their hands up, but I'd rather you listen to what I'm saying than hold your question right now. Because this is how it is. If you hold a question, your ears stop working for what I'm saying. Please just let it go and be with what I'm saying. It's much more important than what you have to say. Stay with the sense of being. It is already here. The very fact that you are here and you're aware of yourself, it springs from that I am consciousness, the sense of presence, the sense of being. It is naturally here. Don't imagine you have to go and get something special. It is already here. It is just, when you say I, the implication of I, meaning, is consciousness. So just stay as the consciousness and don't divide, don't split, don't go with any thought, and simply be here. Don't fall asleep. And it is not a blank. It is not a blank, and yet it is not an image. It is not a blank, and it is not an image. If you want, you can say that it is the most subtle vibration of pleasantness and relaxedness that will be felt. But that's not a definition of it. And gradually, it flowers into love, in fact. Just like love. Not love for any particular thing. A very wide feeling of love. And contentment. And you'll begin to enjoy and love to be this. So I'm not putting in front of you, a set of concepts to practice. Simply to stay in this already presence, the feeling of being, the sense I am, the sense I. Don't focus on any problem, yes, this is my problem, this is what I like to do. Because in order to address this, what I think, what I'd like to do, this is my problem, you have to stay being a person who has the problem. And when the person fixes one problem, it hasn't fixed all problems. More problems are going to come for this person. So leave that. That is small change. Don't worry about that. Simply stay with the sense of being. And you'll find a sense of completeness, a natural sense of completeness. If you work with the mind, it will keep on shape shifting. Another thing will come like, and then, by the way, there is this. And while we're on the subject, there is this. And you find yourself saying, sorry, I have 3 questions, and there's no end to it. The only rest you get is the one that grace gives you in the form of sleep, to drop your mind. But like this, immediately, even in the waking state, you find and come to your own natural serenity in the midst of the activities of life. You don't have to go off to some mountain or to even an ashram. You'll stay in the ashram of your own being. You don't need to tell anyone this. Stay in the cave of your own heart. And this is the way. Just being one with the sense of being, stay with it. In the beginning, like I say, you may find it's some forces are coming just to push you off, like balance, so to speak. But don't give in to them. Just if you feel that you've lost something, don't dwell on that. Simply come back into this. Stay in your center. Just be there. And again, acutely, don't fall asleep, because that's something that's very near. It wants to come. As soon as you're quiet and you don't give any food to your mind, it wants to be doing this. But you observe that, and you know that is just a crafty little state. So don't go there. Pay attention to the awareness itself, and you'll find it's somehow like a bright awareness. It's not the sleepiness. And don't try to figure out anything or think. And it's not a blank. It's not like if there's a blank, then the blank is perceived. No big deal. And it's not an image. So don't be thinking something. Don't try and see the I am or something. You see? And little by little, you find the correct balance by itself. It just comes. It just comes. Like an old Polaroid camera. You take a film, you see nothing. And gradually it comes into an image. But this is the other way, reverse Polaroid. Start with image and it reverses into emptiness. And you are like this somehow. And yet there is full joy, full sense of space. And you know you're in your full health, your inner health. Like this you do it. Don't itemize any checklist of problems. They belong to the person. And just like this, nicely, you're slipping back into the heart of being. Yeah. Then from there, you'll find that whatever you have to do in life, you continue doing. Nothing will trouble you. Nothing will trouble you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's good.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
It's so simple.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel so happy.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Yes.
Nearly.
Yes.
No, really.
Yes.
I feel that I've been on the path for about more than 20 years. And here now, it just opens in this moment.
Yes.
And I want to thank you for your openness, for your strength, for your love, for not being a person. Really, thank you.
Yes.
And also, last retreat I told you that my wife was sick and that her life was in stake, and that she encouraged me to come to the retreat.
Yes, I remember.
And the good news is that she's better.
Very good.
And even though she has to go through some checkups, she has opened completely thanks to her illness.
Very good.
And she asked me to, because you sent her a message.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm shaking like.
So.
Try to read it. And she said, I am infinitely grateful for the blow of life that flourishes in me day after day. My deepest thanks for your loving message that moved me so much and made me say, yes, 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 from all of my heart, with all my love. Ronald.
Very good. Very good.
Really extremely moved.
Yes, very good. Very good. I am very happy when someone can testify to the simplicity of what is being pointed. Because it can seem, but I mean, how can it be so simple? Or when the mind wants to make more of it, no, I'm sure there's some things he's not telling us. I said, no. Make a start with what we say and follow through. And you come nicely, you see. It's like something is just being undressed of all these layers of ideas and conditionings and all of this stuff which you don't need. And come back to a beautiful emptiness. And there you see the life is flowing and it is you. You are flowing and you are still. Right? You are flowing and you are still. Something is flowing, you call life. Yes. And at the same time, you're the stillness in it. And no human being can do that with human mind alone. But behind the human facade is the Supreme and the grace of the Supreme. It's right here, you see. Only to remove that arrogance or to leave it and come deeper in. And then all this become clear for you. Don't stay on the surface arguing like waves. Be in the deep.
I had an image that I was diving on a rubber mattress on the ocean. And I was trying to deep in the ocean, but I was trying to go through the mattress. And today you pushed me out of the mattress and I'm swimming. What triggered this joy is the humor that you allow. And I feel that I've been looking for inquiry in this, taking myself so seriously. I have to find, where is it? Oh no, that's blocking me. Oh, come on, get out of the way. A fight. And then humor opens everything, I think. So I would like to share a little story about sugar.
Sugar? Okay. You've been talking with the doctor about it? Okay.
By the way, I wanted to thank the doctors and the doctor for saving my wife's life. Yeah, really. They don't have to be guilty about that. So the sugar, it's Mullah Nasruddin. He's a well-known personage in different traditions. He doesn't exist, but he's alive. And a mother comes one day to him and says, could you tell my son not to eat sugar anymore? Because he's eating a lot of sugar. Mullah Nasruddin thought a little bit and he said, okay, come back next week. So the mother comes back next week. And the mother comes and the boy sits. And Mullah Nasruddin says, don't eat sugar anymore. Okay? Then the woman says, why did you have to wait for 1 week? Because I was eating sugar myself and I had to stop that to be able to tell him not to eat sugar.
Very good.
I would love to have a hug from you.
There you go.
so glad to meet
Yeah,
you.
yes, good. So good.
You're like my father, my brother. My
Thank you. So good, yeah. Good. Yes. Good. Thank you. You? Yes. You. Yes.
Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.
I would like to ask your help dealing with the grief. Here in being the silence, this is only or mainly what is with me. Uh, 6 weeks ago, my son decided to end his life. I still decided to come here, but I think it will be good for me. But the main thing that I'm dealing with is questions, and
Is what?
I'm dealing with the questions.
Okay.
And I'm listening your beautiful answers and guidelines, but I can't let go fully, because how you can accept this thing that yesterday you said that if you see from the sun perspective that no clouds can cover you.
Yes.
Some way I can understand, and I have been in a stillness all the way. I think the life has prepared me for this.
Yes.
Somehow I can look this thing like above, but here it's so intense. And I think why do we manifest itself those things happening to us, or life gives us challenging that the last years I have dealt with myself and spiritual growth and yoga, and I thought my well-being like radiance to children also. But my prayer or statement was that I trust life, whatever it brings to me.
Yes.
And I don't have expectations, and I have that detachment. And if I say to this, maybe life gives me test. So here it is. Can you deal with this? Is it that so?
It includes that. It's wider than that. I cannot limit it to that. But it includes this also. These expressions come. You see? But I don't want to put it that life is kind of testing you in that deliberate way. Life is just being life. And we perceive, depending upon the strength of our attachments, depending upon the strength of the attachments, you feel that life is doing something to you. Why did life treat me like this? Because we want something to be different. And you say that your yoga and different practices have been preparing you in some way, you can say, for not just this, maybe for everything. But it includes this moment also. I remember in India in 1994, while I was in India, my son passed away here. And totally unexpected, not sick, nothing at all. Boom, like this is gone. And people had come after these, moving forward a bit and say, oh, why did this happen? And, he's such a nice person, you're such a good this and so on. I said, no, he went right on time. It was his time to go. That is my feeling. To say that, he died so young and, he didn't get a chance to fulfill. I don't go with those kind of thoughts and sentiments. I don't see the value of them. Every day, billions and billions of life forms are transmuting, and it's just happening like this also. But our attachments to each other and through love and care and the mother's love, father's love, all of this, you see, is where somehow the tax for having a life in somehow seems to be that we will reap the fruits of pain sometimes when the ones you love, they move on, or sometimes just leaving home, or in your case, you say your son, had this urge to end his life, and like this. You see, just don't see it like life did something to you. It gives a very powerful, is a very, very powerful also gift to you, to use your life also for the highest. And leave him to God. Leave everything to that. You see. Meditate with him in your heart, or pray for him that is being, moves on into higher states of consciousness. He is not suffering. Perhaps when the body he was suffering. On some level we don't know. You can be the best mother, the best parent, the best parents. You cannot guarantee how your children will think and what will happen with them.
Yeah, the self-blame is there, that that I wasn't enough, or
I don't agree with it. I don't agree. Unless something deliberate, if you can look and say, well, I treated him badly, when he wanted to talk, I told him I don't have time for you and so on. Then you may say you have a cause to be remorseful about it. But if you have done what you can, life has so varied expressions, and beings have come, you don't know, we read a chapter here, but the whole book you don't know. You see. And if you we put so much emphasis on the physical aspect of ourselves, the physical form, and become attached to that. So of course pain will be there also. It is very difficult to avoid that. Even for awakened beings. But look into what you're grieving about particularly. Go to the center of it and see what is the main, where is the main stabbing, what is it about, what is it that burns you so much? Because we all have to leave this farm some point.
Not that I understand, but
Yeah.
the poor soul that he was suffering, and I couldn't help him.
Yes. Also, this is true too. It's a very, very powerful place when you're not able to be helpful. We always want to be helpful, and sometimes you cannot be helpful at all.
I invited him here also.
Yes. 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 Sometimes only when we go to that state of intense helplessness, you find somehow the courage to go deeper into your humility, and the doors open for you. You don't know. But don't be trying to analyze his life from where you look. You see, no one can understand that. You've done your part. You cannot do more than your part.
And then it feels wrong that I enjoy the life after this.
He would not want you to suffer it.
I know. So after get this freedom, those things still come along, but we react differently.
Yeah.
Or it gives guarantee that if I will be free, then only good things are flowing to my life.
Yes. Yes. They lessen their impact, actually, as they come. Because it's not that you're suffering from something truthful, necessarily. It can be just suffering from your own projections about it. As you come into your own truthful, pure nature, you see all of this, somehow it will change in its quality. Sometimes we feel it's an expression of our loyalty and faithfulness to the loved ones to suffer in their name. But I don't think this is good to, to say, oh, I should feel guilty and like you're doing justice to their life. Far better to be happy and to be free, to find freedom. So when you say, bless you, it has a power. When you say bless you, it has a power. Sometimes somebody comes out and they're talking like this, but they come out of a pub and completely trashed. And he comes to you and he goes, yeah, man, bless you, God bless. You see, what power it has. Bless you, brother. One who has really, whose mind is baptized in the heart. This one saying, bless you, this has something. Bless your son like that. Widen your love. Deepen your understanding. Bless the world.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Come here. Thank you for sharing.
Hello, Mooji. I just had to be here, so I just got up. Maybe it was not my place, but here I am anyway. I met you through YouTube 5 months ago. I got you pointing, very simple. And I tried it, and the very next day, my life changed completely. Yeah. There was so much space, so much happiness. And more than happiness was joy. And just a week before, I was suicidal. I decided that I want to end my life. There was no point. I believed that it got so bad that there was really no point to hang around.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, there is this joy inside. And I've been smiling and laughing and be detached in a loving way since then. I kept watching your videos. I had no intention to come. And then one day, a month ago, I got up and I asked my husband, just get a couple of tickets, I'm going. And of course, synchronicity worked, and here I am. This is my first satsang with you and my last one. And I wanted to say that, not knowing why I was here, Grace actually showed me yesterday why. Fully knowing that the mind always is around and attacking and all that. And all I had to do is to watch it. Yesterday was very, very vicious. So as I was meditating outside, it just came to me. It just came. And I had this vision of memories of my family. My daughter getting in trouble and me not knowing what to do with her. Her attempt to hang herself when she was 13. And the feeling of guilt. And then even the vision of the woman that my husband had an affair with 2 years ago. And as I opened my eyes and I'm startled, there is a man in front of me eating ice cream, and I'm thinking, hey, ice cream will be great now. I'm like, wow, that's what the mind does. It comes and goes. Yes. And without... There is full compassion for me and all of us believing the mind when it gets really, really nasty. And for the things that happen to us and to our family and loved ones, or that they seem to be so impossible to overcome. It's all mind. It's all outside. It's all coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. My daughter has major problems with me being here, and there's nothing I can do, and there's nothing I will do. As the self, everything is fine. It's better than fine. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. And by the way, my favorite piece of, it was part of the Satsang probably, was when you actually told us there is nothing, there was nothing that just could appear and could come to convince you that there was something. There is absolutely nothing. So I wanted to thank you. I'm prepared, of course. I don't have to even be prepared. And I know why I'm here, and I love you. Yes. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could I have a hug?
Yes.
That's it, Mooji. That's it.
I want to say one thing, because you say, okay, this is my first satsang and will be my last. And I always would encourage you, don't conclude anything. Perhaps it is last, doesn't matter. But don't hold anything in your mind, any intention, because somehow, though it may seem just like a giveaway statement or something, just keep it completely open. Don't put any stickers on anything, and just be like an empty space, like that. No. Thank you, my love. My love. Thank you. You. Okay, you come in.
Thank you, Mooji.
Okay.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
Oh, I'm trembling. There is a lot moving in me. Like a fire burning. A year ago, you answered a letter I wrote, and you said, "Stop trying so hard." And this morning I was standing in a line, and I was listening to my radio station up there. Number 1, number 9. Be good, be nothing. I was number 9. What a joke. And I tried so hard. This trying hard is like Harry Potter's invisible cloak, and underneath is everything that cluttered up in me and everything that is good. The whole personality, I I wanted to look in the mirror and see nothing. So I took the cloak, the invisible cloak, and I saw nothing. And it's so strenuous to want to keep this cloak of nothing. So badly, so hard.
Let me hear you again. Now you say it takes so much energy to
put on this invisible cloak.
Or to put it on the invisible cloak of
all I am, all the personality which I don't want to be.
Yeah. So it's dropped?
Yeah. This morning it dropped.
It's dropped.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick it up.
And since then, it's like a burning fire in my heart.
Yeah.
Like, and the mind goes, and
It's okay. It will do that. In the furnace, the burning wood makes some noise. So there's nothing to solve now when you're in this fire. It's not time to work things out or to even to understand. It just, when I say before, welcome and step into this fire of self-discovery, this fire will not burn you, it will burn only what you're not. And so be in that fire and keep your hands like this and burn, let it burn. It's a beautiful burning. It's a beautiful burning. It replaces sadhana. It's a fire that replaces sadhana, meaning that you don't have to practice. It's not a fire of practice. It's fire of surrender. You have stepped out of one heavy garment, of past and intention and effort and struggle and strife and identity. Wow, and drop him. I've seen one thing where first time I saw, one friend showed me this, wanted to show me spider, tarantula, I first saw. And I looked and I said, but he's not moving. I said, he's not moving. He looks so transparent. He said, no, that is the old skin, that's the old body. I said, what? That's the old body. I said, yeah, what's whole body? Then he flicked a piece of wood and the tarantula come out. I'm looking around. And he stepped out of that old body, left it there. And he's gone. You have to drop this body, like tarantula body. The whole body. And be nobody. With a body. You see? So this is why the fire is burning in this body, because then only this body become a temple. Fire burn in this temple. Burn what is not true. That's all. Nothing to work out and so on. And trust also. And you'll see that when I say trust, it means if you identify, again we go into the whole thing of acting prematurely out of fear. The egoic identity is always trying to do something before it lands on the ground. You see? And this is why the fruits are always unripe. And we complain, why is this bitter taste? Life tastes bitter. Because you don't allow it to show you its ripe, juicy mango. You're too hurry, you see? So when I say like this, leave it, don't try and work anything out, and trust. Meaning that when something needs to be known, it will come to you. Don't think you have to go and bring it or go shopping for it. It will come to you. Once you have experienced this a few times, a natural confidence comes and a trust. All is good, don't worry. When everybody's running, you can simply keep quiet. If you feel that's what it wants you to do, is to keep quiet. Don't panic. You see, not everybody practice sadhana. this fire of grace can burn a lot of old debris is burnt like that. And something emerges from this, resurrected into your own true nature, I see. And if there's if there's some sadhana to come, you will intuitively come to know, because it will manifest like an urge within you, and you'll just simply cooperate with that urge, and you would go where it goes. This is a beautiful life like that. The mind, in a way, tries to sell you another version of your life, or a pirate copy. Trying to sell you another version. Try it like this will work. And sometimes we become attached to this version. And now it's time to be back in the true self, which is not a version. And maybe some attachment is still for the version. But you will develop an aversion to it. Don't want this. So, we have to also learn to read correctly the vital force of life. Because sometimes the mind interprets something which is fundamentally good and interprets it as something negative. And then we believe this negative model or mode and believe it into existence, and then we are suffering something which is only a point of view. This will happen less and less as you discover and enjoy your own being more and more. And then you will not be so vulnerable or susceptible to the influence of the egoic mind or the hypnosis of conditioning and its effects. You see, they will dry up. So win-win all the way for you.
May I come up?
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yeah. If someone really has a good question for me, and good something, is it you? Yeah. Who is coming?
Mooji.
Hello.
I'm one of these who had troubles to come here. First, I've lost my passport. Then they told me to come here with a driver's license. So I drove very fast to the airport. Then the police stopped me and wanted to take my driver's license. And then I said, please don't do this now. It's too much for me. And then I started to cry, and he said, okay. Just pay 100 euros. And then I left and I got the plane. So I'm here now, and I would love to feel this, how it feels when it burns, what you said before. And I want to feel this more being into my, being. Because I easily get out of this.
Yes.
like when I lose my passport or something like this.
Yeah, what happened when you lose the passport? What happened?
I don't know. I was looking for it for 3 hours in my house. It's gone. I don't know.
I remember one girl, she came to the house and she said like this.
I'm
today-
sure it's somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
Yes. She said, today it's an amazing day because I lost my home, because I lost my relationship, because I was living with my boyfriend and it was his house. It was finished, so the house is gone. Boyfriend gone, house is gone. Lost my phone also. So I was looking at her and she says, I feel great. So I feel like all the things I value so much, there was so much value. And then suddenly like this, it's gone. And I expected to feel terrible, and for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm a freak, but I feel really good. I feel like empty, like open to some fresh possibilities, and I don't know anything. Nothing is in front. Nothing is in front. You see? So sometimes these things happen. It happens very often with people coming to satsang, actually. I don't know why.
Well, I felt that it was a decision coming here.
Yes.
And even the passport was gone, and I said, I want to go there. And it happened.
Yes. This is very good. You're here. Now you leave passport, leave everything. Everything brought you here, and then you leave everything for a moment. Just leave it aside. I mean, I don't say go take it in the garden and burn them, but no, just leave everything aside now. Don't associate with anything for a bit. Yeah. Really try and follow this now. For one moment, while we are here talking, just for this duration, leave everything. All your associations, attachments, all your ideas about life and who you are and what was past and what should be the future and what you want to be awake and all this thing. Leave everything, even that, even the desire to be awake. Leave everything for a moment. Everything. And nothing in the account. Close the account, finish. No with, me and, no with. Just you. Don't save, not even a hairpin. Don't identify with anything. Everything you learned, everything, every thought. You don't have to do one by one, but you can have this very overall vision. Every thought, you see that they came after you. They're not original. You picked them up in the life. Everything you picked up in life, every notion, just somehow you can do it just in your heart. You can say, just for a moment, I'm putting everything down. I don't know what is possible or not possible, but my attitude, I leave everything. Including my sense of self, I leave everything. Yeah. You do this now for me. Yes. Anyone can participate. There's room for everybody in this. Leave everything aside. Everything aside. There's nothing to suppress. Don't suppress your senses. They're fine. They're not any trouble. Just you're here. And like that. Don't be concentrating on anything. You can do this now. You can do it. Leave everything. I just want to see you without any association at all, completely empty, beyond even the concept of empty. This ability is in you always, to ground zero. Yeah. Ta-da. Okay, like this. How are you? Yeah.
I can see better, and I feel very light, very light and more expanded.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
More connected
Yes,
to the earth,
yes.
and also with here.
Yes. Yes. Carrying on empty, empty, keep going empty, empty. Empty, empty. Comb everything out, comb everything out, everything out. Not holding anything, you're not a container. You're not a container. You're not containing anything at all. Beautifully you're doing. Let that, let everything go. Maybe you will live maybe 30, 40, 50 years and you have never done this. Now today you do. Empty everything, everything, empty, empty, empty. Don't touch anything at all. Leave everything aside until you find that there's nothing left you can take. Then stay as what remains. Don't think about it, do it. Everything. Take no hostages with you, everything you leave. No friendships, no relationships, nothing at all. Leave it now. I want you to look at something that in life perhaps you have never seen. Not see only with your fleshly eyes, but see with the eye of perception somehow. Be left completely. Something is going to be here. I want you to meet him. Yes. Very good. Very good. Why are you crying?
It's actually not sadness. I'm very touched now.
Yes. 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 Keep going empty, 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 empty. Like a plug hole, we take the plug out. Nothing can be contained in you. Whatever goes, goes right through. Nothing. So you're just like space, present in space. Not a container. Feel now. Feel your being. Yes. So there are no parts, no pieces, just one. Now drop even concept of one. Yes. No imagination needed. Not imagining. Don't imagine anything. Nice, clean, clear like space. So you're not making anything up. If you make something up, you're going to have to keep it up. You're not making anything up. You're only discovering what is here. It does not require any effort in itself. Now you are discovering somehow what is behind the curtain. What is behind the curtain of this world. Very good. You can say something now?
It was a great adventure.
Adventure?
No, like an experience.
Yes. Is it finished?
I don't know. It's never finished.
Never finished.
I just want to finish the old stuff.
Where is the whole stuff right now?
I cannot feel it at the moment. There is nothing.
Just like this. Just like this.
Do I have to burn something now?
Do you have to burn something?
Yes.
Not especially, no.
Okay.
Yes. Forget about burning. Just remain like that.
Thank you.
Just remain like that. And the mind might come, okay, I've been remaining like this now for 10 minutes, nothing is happening. You're not looking for happenings. Let happenings happen. You're not behind them. You stay here. You love this place?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very
Yes.
peaceful.
Yes. Just keep loving it. Honoring it. Acknowledge it. Be one with it. Like that. And leave the rest. Don't worry about the rest. Yes. Very good. Okay. You can make it back to your seat now. You be good?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay. Someone who has not come up yet, is it? Okay. All right.
Hi, Mooji.
Hello, darling.
I would like to figure out something with you.
Okay.
I'm able to follow you,
Mm-hmm.
what you did just now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I know me, what I'm doing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the mind can intimate the self, and I think my mind is doing this.
Yes.
And it becomes clever and more clever and more clever, because each experience I really have, it's building in his system.
But if you catch the cleverness of the mind, then you're not caught by him. If you can see his cleverness, you have exposed him. No? You cannot
Yes.
be caught. No?
That's what happened when I'm in a state like that,
Yes.
and I go out, and I don't recognize when it changes. I still think I'm in it, and when I meet you again, I see I'm out. I was not in it anymore, but it looks like. And then I become confused.
Then you have to be in it as it. Don't be in it like you go into a room and there's a room and you in it. When you go in it, you must become it.
You mean in it in this state?
Yes.
I am in it.
Yes. As it.
Yes.
As it.
Yes.
How will you come out then?
My mind intimate that it is a being.
Yes. So your mind imitate.
Imitate, yes.
Yeah. Yes. That it is. Yes. Okay. But you know your mind is imitating, but you say you don't know until.
I lost it again.
Yeah.
And this I only see when I see more reality again.
Yes. Yeah. Include the mind. Let the mind play, trying to imitate you being in you. Because if it is imitating this thing, and you feel, okay, I am here, and like in this state, I'm just here, just perfectly. Then the mind comes, and then what does it say? How does it do it? It creates a switch?
No.
No? What happened?
It really imitates it very well.
Right. Do you know the difference between the mind and yourself?
No, that's why I'm caught.
Yeah. Well, you can be without the mind, but the mind cannot be without you. This kind of psychological mind I'm seeing, you see? You are watching, like I'm looking at my hand is not looking at me. You are the place of sentience. It begins with you, the consciousness. You are aware of the mind. It's not the mind is saying, look, I'm aware of you. So some involvement with the mind, the feeling and thought like that, triggers this behavior from the mind, and then the show goes on because you are the audience to it, like this, in a way, no?
Yeah, now comes up another question I have to you.
Yeah.
When I was 32, I came in a state for months where it just, it was just life. But then I didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, and I'm not sure, and this I would like to ask you, if it was a wrong decision. My decision was to let it go and to come first in my heart, because when I'm in my heart, I know what to do.
Yes.
But now I came more in my mind, it looks like. Do you understand what
I'm listening. You say that some while ago it was like this, totally spontaneous. You know that you are life itself.
I gave up everything. My flat, my work, my friends, and I just left. And this brought me in a.
Did you leave of your own volition? Did you decide, I think I must leave? Or is it that something inside compelled you to leave?
Yeah. But I did it, and this was perhaps wrong. Perhaps I should have waited until I would have been guided.
I see the trouble now, you see. The trouble is the I. The trouble is the I. You kept the I. The I is kept the one who is responsible, the one who decides, I did that, I made a mistake, I. And it's this I that the mind is imitating in front of him. You see? Because it's there. And something cares about this I, which is identity for the moment. You are deeper than this I identity. You see? Because the identity is strongly believed in, identity becomes I entity. It begins to be like it's a separate thing, like it's real. But it's only thought-based. It's only a thought. Believed in deeply, it becomes like a thing. It becomes like a being. It's a fake being. It's not true. But then the consciousness adopts this portrait and starts to live as though it is this I. And when you say like this, yes, and then the mind comes and the mind is imitating. It imitates, and then I'm lost. The mind can, as I said before, it can only intimidate the idea you have of yourself. It cannot intimidate the pure self. It just cannot do this happen. You see?
Does it mean what I felt as a being when I was 32 was not real? Or could it be real?
Yes.
And the I was just waiting for a good moment to come in again?
Yes, it's more like this. It is real. But somehow the I concept sort of came up again, which is perceivable, something you perceive it. But when strong identity, you lose your vision to see it. The more strong your identity, the less you're able to observe the I as phenomenal. The I becomes real. And when you believe it to be real, you don't challenge its existence anymore. You protect its existence. We follow this. It's very important because just his understanding, you caught him, You catch him every time up to you start to laugh actually, because he's quite funny, But they don't catch him in somehow little troubles. One thief in a whole town can bring a lot of sorrow and mischief. One thief undetected can bring a very healthy, happy town, bring it into sadness and frustration if he's not caught. It's the same way, this I person seems to be, this I, we should try and support this I to get out of trouble. But this I is a factory for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The same I, meaning that the I is not in its right place. It's still playing as this person, and the person is having the trouble. And we are taking the person to be real and trying to solve his problems. But he and his problems go together. You solve this problem, you will make more. You see? And then somehow something tries to protect the person because you feel, that's all I know. That's all I am. I can't be more than I am, you see? And this voice we also take to be real. But also it is illusion. It's delusion, it's not true. As your realization opens up into the real, you'll see the total unreality of this ego identity.
I see it when I'm in it.
Yes. 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 When you are in it, it means that you are the recovering consciousness, And when you come back into your state of soberness, meaning that you are unassociated with the ego, you can see him very clearly.
Yeah.
Yes. But when you're mixed with him, you don't see him.
No.
Like a mixture of sand and sugar. You don't detect, no? Which is the sugar you don't detect. So you have to be like the wise ant that takes out the sugar and leave the sand.
Yeah, and it looks like as I am in it still.
Yes.
And it's not. But I can't see it.
Yeah.
No.
Where are you speaking from, and who are you speaking as? Let's catch this before we go to lunch. Huh? Who are you speaking as, and where are you speaking from? When you say that, I see this, I see the mind. I can see it, especially when I'm in the space. But then quickly I go out and I lose. Who is speaking here? Please look into yourself, because you use the same voice. Who is speaking here? No? Is it the self? Is it the pure self? No. It is some distortion. You see, it still goes by the name I. But it's not sitting quite right in its place. This is why I call it the recovering consciousness, because it has been somehow distorted by identifying with the egoic characteristics, you see. And he still has that sleep in him. He still has that trouble in him, you see. So sometimes not sure, am I the mind, am I the ego, or am I the self? Mm-hmm. A bit blurred. So the satsang help you to discern the difference between the self, which is the ability to discern. That's him. There he is. You see? I cannot, and as you see him, then you know you cannot be him. When you don't see him, you feel that maybe I am him. And this is what's happening.
When I listen to other people, they speak, I can follow, and it's very interesting.
Yes.
And it has all to do something with me.
Yes.
Is this the right way to do it, or is it still...
The one you are speaking as at the moment, because the consciousness has stabilized a bit in this identity. Do you see it? It has stabilized. So what happens, it keeps referring to everything from this position of identity, but it's not yet home. Can you see? Can you see? I need to know. Can you see this? Even as you speak,
Yeah.
that the consciousness is speaking from a position, yes, I want to stabilize, and I see, but when people speak, I can understand, but, then somehow, am I in the, so this one, you see? Who is this one, you see? Because if you take it to be the fact of who you are, then you will not go further. You will start from the fact, and then you'll deal with whatever is appearing for the fact. But if the power of this non-dual seeing is that from the beginning, you see, we are checking whether the mind is part of this package or not. In other parts, sometimes, the mind is included in the journey of self-discovery. So he goes along nicely, enjoying spirituality, doing nice. He's enjoying, no? But for here, he is not included from the beginning. He is questioned from the beginning. Who are you? I am with her. No. But only she is invited. Yeah, but us two are one, no? Is it? Whereas before, no. On one credit card, both of you are there. One passport, but two of you are there. And you think you are one. So this thing, the influence of the identity of the mind is still there. And now I'm pushing a little bit to see, can you go further back? Can you reverse more inside? So that this position that you're speaking from now becomes something you can see more clearly. Because the capacity, the power is with you. The advantage is with you. Because you are the sentient one. The mind is only like the moon. The moon has no light of its own. They say, no? That is only the reflected light of the sun. The sun is the light. The sun is the sentient one. The moon is only the reflected one. You see? So the moon mind depends upon the heart sun, on its light. Because it has no light of its own. And sometimes you can see the moon in the daytime. When the sun is here, you can see the moon sometimes. But nobody pay attention to the moon when the sun is here. And so the ego identity will become like that. It will be just like a disk in the sky. Nobody pay attention. Because the sun of real understanding is here now. And there's no confusion in him. So this thing that we are speaking about, and the position, you see, because he even is there in your body language, he's there also. You can see him. And he's tired you. He's made you tired also, isn't it? Yeah. He takes your energy. He's a bloodsucker. He's in there. So we have to get him out. Isn't it? And there's only one victory. It has to be yours, you see. Don't fix your position too much in this present state. This present state also is a bit contaminated. It's not stable. It's got consciousness in it, because consciousness is even in the most difficult ego. Consciousness is the support. But too much a mixture of other things. So even here, he's still keeping things blurred. It works to the mind's devious advantage to keep things blurred. Because the minute you see clearly is a countdown for him. He doesn't want to allow this. So as much distraction as can be created somehow, it seems like he has his hand in it. But it is you who observe this contamination. You see? So you're asking from a place, it's okay, and in many parts, your answer will be addressed from this part, from this position. But I'm saying to you, no, come more in behind this posture, you see, whereby you can see this from this place, where you're asking from at the moment. Because you're asking from a position of some doubt. You see? Sometimes you say, I see him. Yeah, because you're the consciousness. When you are not too associated with him, you can see him. When you are more combined with him, you can't see him. You see? And most of us, we have been too combined with the mind. So you don't see it. We even protect him. Because it gives the sense of what? Of insecurity and vulnerability, which then you believe is yours, which you then try to protect naturally, and you're protecting him. He has life with you like this. These are some of the way you're watching and observing how these energies are working. So you know now that even this place where, when I am there, he's weak. When I go out, then he's strong. What is noticing this? What is noticing this? Because the fact is already going before the conclusion. The fact is that it is noticed. That from here, I go, when I am in the state of unity, I can see the mind trying something, but he's weak. When I go out, I don't know at what point he slips in. Smart. When I go out, I don't know at what point he slips in, but at some point he slips in. And then somehow I'm a little bit abstracted, I'm a bit missing, until I see someone like you, and then, I realize, I'm out. You see, like this. This is a kind of hypnosis, isn't it? And all the beings are suffering from a state of hypnosis, where you believe you are the person only. The consciousness is contracted in the form of only person. Whereas more you are the presence. And when you are presence, you see the mind. But he's not troubled.
He's quiet then.
Yes. He has to be. He said, but when I'm out, so you still believe you are something that can go in and out. And that's more to do with your attention than to do with your being. Who follows? Thank you. So that is to do more with your attention than your being, and you're calling your attention you. When I go out, his voice is strong. Or he puts his voodoo hand over me, and I don't know. I think I'm something I'm not. Then I wake up. You see? When I'm here, when I'm in the state of presence, I see him. He can't fool me. So something is not steady. And now you want to know how I can be steady.
Yes.
But you're still functioning as something which comes in and goes out. Deeper than this is the awareness in whose light the sense of going in and coming out is seen. Now, just as when you're in the state of presence, you can see the mind and he's weak. In the same way, when you're in the pure state of awareness, you can see the presence and the sense of oscillation. And you know this doesn't touch you. You're beyond it. This is what I mean being deeper in, you see.
This would be the polar star.
This would be the polar star, yes. Where is it now? And where are you? They must be one and the same thing. Cannot be two things. This is why I ask you, are you an object in the front of the lens of perception? Or are you behind the lens of perception? Or are you both? Everybody question. Are you an object in front of the lens of perception? And if you say yes, who is behind the lens? Looking at you. Something other than you? At present, what's happening is that you're believing your experience too deeply, too profoundly. You've infused too much vitamins in them, too much power in them. Because of identity, they're linked. But shortly, you're going to see both those feelings, the thoughts, and the one thinking them become nothing for you. But when will that be? Because what? Right now, you're in the all possible. Right now, you're in the all possible. What I mean by that, it may take you 6 years, and it can take you no time. Who is it up to? It can take you 6 years, and it can take you no time also. This is what I mean in the all possible. You're in the realm of the all possible right now. Because the self is not bound by any time zone. 1 million years ago, the self is exactly as it is right now. In 1 million years' time from now, the self is exactly as it is right now. Ever perfect. Where is the self? It is the self of yourself. While you believe you are a self. When you realize you are this self, you are one. And the story and the history of the mind and the one who believes in it will be gone. So, what to do now? Having heard this, is there something to do? What is your feeling now? You. What is your feeling now?
Yes, the question is what to do now.
Yes. What is your wish?
My wish is to be able to see this game from outside.
Yes. Is this the wish of your mind or the wish of your heart? If it's a wish of your mind, after a while it's going to say, okay, I've had enough of that now. I want some more fun. I want more fun. Boom, 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 boom. Because this is what is happening. Many people, they come to satsang. They're right here. They're right here. They have had the illuminations, they've had the mysteries, they've had miracles going, and now they've disappeared. Not the proper disappearance. They're still on the planet running around somewhere. Horseback riding or something. Okay? Not the proper disappearance. They are not in satsang anymore. It has little appeal for them because they made a choice. Subtly, they've chosen a mind. They've chosen either the fear that comes up through the mind, they bought it. Or they had a desire, they wanted something from the world that they gave more value than their freedom. You understand? I don't want to see not even one of you go down there if I had anything to do with it. That's why I tell you about it.
I think it's fear. It's not that I want something from the world, but it's fear.
This is fear.
And I don't trust my mind.
Yes. They go together. The one who feels fear has a link with the mind. And at the same time, mistrust the mind. That is your chance, because you mistrust your mind. That is your chance. Because if you did not mistrust him, you would not have the power to fight him. But because you have a mistrust towards it, yes, and you're not willing to accept the fear, it is your chance. It is your chance. Like that. Because if you believe the mind, you will keep on saying things to frighten you and to sabotage your possibility of freedom.
Yes.
This is the game. No? So the one who is afraid cannot be the self. And I've told you the self is here. So the fear must either be, the fear cannot be just by the mind. There's no such thing as a mind by itself being afraid. Is anybody seeing some fearful mind running around by itself? Nobody will see that like that. This fear is to do with a relationship. A relationship between the self in its aspect as consciousness, okay, and identity. That is where the fear is coming from there. It's identifying as a person while it is the consciousness, it is the presence, it is the I am. Together they have made this, concocted this fear. So it is not, the fear is not from the mind by itself, because mind by itself doesn't exist. Mind is a relationship between the dynamic self as the I am and its self-portrait as a person, its belief, the I belief, the belief in the personhood. That is what is generating the fear, okay? Can this be seen, you see? Well, of course the fear can be seen because it's detected energetically, it's in the body. In certain situations it is felt, you see? But the one who suffers it, can this one be perceived as clearly as the fear is felt? Can the one on whom the fear is impacting, can this one be seen? These are final questions. These are final questions, okay? We're not going to be talking about this next year. This is what I mean by final questions, okay? Meaning that we can complete this here. This is the beauty of the satsang. The fear you know, projections we know, thought we know. But the one who suffers them, do you know? Can it be perceived? It's difficult. Why? Because it's also made of consciousness. And it takes consciousness to see it. It's not all of consciousness that is contaminated. It's the fact of the matter is the consciousness is not contaminated. The consciousness is dreaming contamination by identifying as the person. So consciousness cannot experience this game of life without this identity, and the password is I am the body. This is the password to enter this game. I am the body, enter, you're in, and fight, starting. That's how it will be. Unless the consciousness believes I am the body, other conditioning cannot stick. This is the root idea, and then other ideas can begin to be grafted in. And then together this aggregate produces an illusory person, which is made of consciousness, but also it is somehow contaminated with concepts, because the pure consciousness does not need any concept. So it is this consciousness that starts out as a person, well, starts out as pure, then picks up the person notion, then lives in the person notion, struggles in the person notion, grows and suffers in the person notion, and then at some point begins to somehow become wise, begins to notice the mind in a sense of separateness, begins to recover from sleep, begins to desire a freedom from the influence of the psychological mind, begins to sense that it's possible. Begins to experience the possibility. Then fully awakens to its original being, meaning that awakens to the fact that, but I've always been here perfect all along. That is what it means. Not finally I've become perfect. I've been perfect, dreaming imperfection. This is the play. At what stage is your consciousness now? You see? You're able, I'm asking now, you are referring to yourself from the recovering consciousness in not a bad state. It's okay. It's suffering the deceitfulness of the mind, but is able to slip into the space of grace and say, there's the mind. You see? And when he feels, there's the mind, it's already in blessedness. He's feeling, Then the pendulum swings again out into identity, and then the feeling is, oh my God, no, I've lost again. My mind is all full. And then it swings again into the heart. And hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes, I've got it. Then out again. Oh my God, I've lost it. And then at some point, now you're being asked, can not both polarities be seen? Because at first you think, I'm only when I go out, I know I'm out. But when it goes in, do you know it's in?
Yes.
Then what is out and in? What is the location of that which perceives inside and outside simultaneously? What has the capacity, the power to perceive not just the effect energetically of a troublesome mind, but the apparent one who is affected by it, who goes by the name of I also. Remember what I told you, Ramana's statement, the I removes the I, yet remains the I. What is he speaking? The pure sense I am removes the I me, the I association with the mind and the ego, and then relaxes again back in its natural I am. The fact goes before the conclusion is recognized. What is the fact? The fact is this, that it is perceivable. At first you may feel, I can feel the pain, but the one who feels the pain, who suffers the pain, it's me. You see? Okay, if there's something says it's me, takes ownership of the pain, there's no space left to look. But if you say, no, it is some idea I have of who I am, who is suffering this pain. And because of the idea I have of who I am, that idea is linked to the pain. They are together, they work together. Whereas I'm trying to do the impossible, is to separate one from the other when they go together, like two wings of the same bird. But can you see it? Because the closer it gets, the more difficult to see. The more difficult to see. The ego cannot smell its own breath. Something sees. You're not aware that you're seeing. You're always seeing, but you're not aware you're always seeing. This is the trick. Every day, at so many points, the mind relaxes into the pure self, but you're not aware of it. So what is realization? What is realization? But the recognition of what is already so. Not what is going to become so. Do we follow? Yeah. It is recognizing, this is the great joy. The ever perfect is already here. Momentarily eclipsed. And when I say momentarily, momentary of God can be a lifetime of man. Momentarily can be your whole life. This is hidden somehow. And the game is to awaken to that recognition. The self is not an event. If there is an event, it is the event of the recognition of the self which is timelessly present. Grace has brought you here. Your beingness has brought you here for final seeing, final understanding. Yes. You're perched on the cliff of your own existence to take flight. But another voice calls you back. Come back. Come back. This is the edge I'm talking about. Can you see? The one who says, yes, when I go out, I'm lost. When I come in, I'm found. Cannot be the final voice because it has no condition. It knows no out and in, no loss and found, no you and me. It is perfect, whole, you see. Are you in the position to perceive and to confirm that the one presently speaking and saying, please help me to stabilize in the self, is a voice appearing in the self? Can you see that the one saying, help me to stabilize in the heart, in the awareness, is itself an idea arising in awareness itself? You are this awareness. All is good. You good? Yes. Yes. Has to be good. Yes. Yes. These responses, they are coming just because somehow energetically the self is shaking off some of this past, shake him off, I shake him off. It's involuntary to the mind. As somehow the understanding opens up in the heart, then he wants to throw off. Automatically it is. And you see like this, she's not in that at all. How are you? How are you? Good. You see what I say? Just burning off a dross. Coming back into your emptiness, your nobodiness. The world hears and thinks, oh, something is mad. No, something is very sane. Yes. You're simply shaking off sleep. Do not believe your states. Don't believe your states. They are fickle. Yeah. If you believe in them, you start to register them like they are something. They are nothing. They're just waves, just clouds passing. Yourself is like the infinite sky. You are not passing. This is why you can see what is passing, because you are not passing. If you follow what I'm speaking, you will never pass. Everything else will pass. What belongs to time will pass, but you will never pass. Grace is very much with you. The grace of the self, of this universe, is very much in support of your realization. The advantage is with you. Pay attention to your roots and not to your branches. scan internally what is there in you right now. Any roadblocks, any bumps, any lumps? Clear as ether, you see. Let me tell you something. I want to tell you something. In all of creation, this world, nothing is more important than what you're discovering. Because all that we create will pass. Only the uncreated will not pass. And because you are discovering that which is imperishable, sometime all hell will break loose for you. Something will try to drown your realization. But only for a time. And this time, maybe you take it is to prove you. It is to prove you. You understand what is meant by that? To see if you're true. Because the mind will come with every trick. Not every trick, because it doesn't need every trick. It only needs to know the trick that's worked on you before. It doesn't have to try every trick. Just the tricks that have worked on you before. On steroids. He's going to come. And you may feel something wobbling, but you will know what is wobbling is not the self. And easily you'll find again your peace. Momentarily, you might be distracted, but this is fine. Again, something will settle in the clear space of being. And these assaults may go on. Many of you here, maybe, I will not see you again for a while. Maybe people go into hiding and stuff like that. It has happened, no? That people come, and when the mind gives them a couple of, they, okay, satsang, no thank you, no, I can't go, no thank you very much. But others will know. By the very fact that the mind seemed to attack you, shows that you're onto something of enormous value. Hold firm. Stay as the undivided self. And all of this will conclude very nicely. Because the minute you step towards the door of freedom, you'll find yourself on the back of some wild horse that's doing everything to shake you off. Yes? Don't watch him. Just be steady inside. Stay with him. Stay. Hold on. You just stay there. Just move. Don't look at the sky. Don't look at the ground. Just you stay here. And at a certain point, you will steady up. And then, then you are good. But this is how it feels. Others have gone before, and have done it. Now it's our turn, our chance, like that. Yeah. Very good.
Can I come to you?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very good. Wonderful. Thank you. I'm with you. Yes. I'll tell you one more thing. Huh? You will do well if you remember this. It is just a game. It is just a play. If you remember this, you will not be afraid. One friend was here not long ago. She told in Satsang, she said like this. She said, I was meditating. And in meditating, and suddenly all these monstrous figures are coming. They are coming. I said, but wait. She's in the Himalayas meditating. Where are these monsters? Why monsters are coming? Feeling very peaceful, very happy. Suddenly monsters are coming. She said, but what are you doing here? This is not your place. Why are you trying to frighten me? And the monster says, it's just for fun. It's good. He says, they say, we enjoy to frighten you. We enjoy.
Do I fight you? Do I fight you?
No. He says, we enjoy to frighten you.
To frighten you.
Yes.
Okay.
We love to frighten. This is how we get pleasure.
Yes.
And the more you take it seriously, we get great pleasure, out of it.
Oh, good.
Very good, Anna. Very good. Somebody's coming to play today, or? Gotcha. You're singing today? Oh. My sister.
always be my song of praise, for it was grace that bought my liberty. I never know just why Christ came to love me so. He looked beyond my faults and saw my needs. I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary, to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous His grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond my thoughts and saw my needs. If not for grace, my soul would be a drifting ship with no safe harbor from the angry waves. But Mooji's light shines brightest through the darkest storm. And just in time, His mercy rescued me. I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary, to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous His grace that caused my falling soul. He looked beyond my thoughts and saw my needs. He looked beyond my thoughts and saw my needs. He looked beyond my thoughts and saw my
Okay.